Thank you to the Parliamentary Secretary. We're considering private member statements. Are there any private member statements?
Mr Speaker.
I call the member for Penrith.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I'd like to inform the House about the possible impacts of flooding in the Hawkesbury-Nepean Valley and the action I believe that should be taken to protect residents and infrastructure in this part of New South Wales. Since the early days of European settlement, and I suspect long before that as well, along the banks of the Nepean, people have had to live with floods impacting on their living and economic conditions. However, in the last 20 years, we have seen in this area operate relatively flood-free. I'm concerned that this flood-free period has diminished the importance of planning for floods and mitigating their impacts. Recently, Infrastructure New South Wales recommended the New South Wales Government review all major flood mitigation options available to reduce the potential of economic and social impacts of major floods in the Hawkesbury-Nepean Valley. Specifically, Infrastructure New South Wales requested the inclusion of raising of the Warragamba Dam wall as part of this review. I'm encouraged that the Government, via Minister Hodgkinson, has established a review of flood management in the Hawkesbury-Nepean Valley. I'm confident that this review will provide a number of worthwhile recommendations. However, we must be serious about addressing the capabilities of Warragamba Dam. Infrastructure New South Wales identified that raising the Warragamba Dam wall had one of the highest benefit to cost ratios of any project recommended through their extensive state infrastructure strategy. I would encourage the Government to move quickly towards identifying possible solutions and funding options for raising the Warragamba Dam wall. I'm also concerned that the recent Queensland floods and the operation of the Wivenhoe Dam have confused the public about the operation of Warragamba Dam. Warragamba is a storage dam and does not operate in the same way as Wivenhoe does, the same way Wivenhoe Dam operates in the event of a flood. Not only does pre-releasing water from Warragamba Dam reduce Sydney's drinking water supply, it may actually create unnecessary and predictable flooding forward of Warragamba Dam, particularly if that section of the catchment is full of water. Earlier this week, Warragamba Dam conducted a spill. In short, this means the dam is full. At this level, Warragamba Dam has no capacity to provide flood mitigation without significantly compromising Sydney's most important drinking water asset. This situation would place a number of government agencies, such as the Sydney Catchment Authority and the State Emergency Service, in conflict with each other in the event of flood activity, where one agency is trying to protect the city's water assets, whilst the other agency is trying to protect residents, homes and economic infrastructure. Without the raising of the dam wall, the Hawkesbury-Nepean Valley continues to operate without an appropriate way of mitigating flood damage. Infrastructure New South Wales identified that a repeat of the 1867 flood could cause damage in excess of $3 billion and impact over 7,600 homes, and these figures are considered conservative. The construction of a desalination plant in Sydney has provided with the drinking water insurance policy. But without raising the dam wall, Western Sydney is without a genuine flood insurance policy. There is no doubt in my mind that the decision by the then Carr government to construct a spillway at Warragamba Dam instead of investing in the flood mitigation wall was the incorrect decision. It is critically important that the O'Farrell government not allow the mistakes of the past to go unrectified. Investing in a flood mitigation wall at Warragamba Dam should be a high priority for this government.
Thank the member for Penrith. We're considering private member statements. Are there any private